How do you determine an appropriate acquisition fee for a sub-2? Is there a way to calculate that number? For us, the number we're looking for as an all-in to pick up a property, and that's going to include closing cost, cash to our seller, any kind of fee to a wholesaler or someone that brought us the lead. We're looking for something less than what we're going to receive from our buyer. So this is how we calculate it. Let's say that we're dealing with a $300,000 property and whatever the scenario is, maybe the people are in foreclosure, they haven't made a payment in 6 months, and the payments are $1,000 a month. So their fees, the back payments, the fees, everything are probably $7,000. Maybe the people want $5,000 to move, so we're up to $12,000. The house needs a couple of $1,000s worth of paint or carpets cleaned or things like that. So we're at $14,000 to take over the payments on a $300,000 house. Well, we're probably going to be able to sell that house if it's worth $300. We'll sell it for, $315 or somewhere in that neighborhood. And we'll probably be looking for $25,000 to $30,000 as a down payment. Well, does this work? Well, sure it does. We're into the house for $14,000. We're going to collect $25,000 or $30,000 from our buyer. So we're at least $11,000 to $16,000 to the good. We've got no money out of pocket on the acquisition. We've got cash flow every month, and we've got a back end at some point down the road. Now, let's just say the scenario was a little bit different. It's a $300,000 house. People hadn't made a payment in 2 years. So now the fees to the bank are $30,000. They still want $5,000 to move, and it still needs a couple of $1,000 in fix up or repairs. Okay, so now all of a sudden we're into this thing for $37,000 as an acquisition cost, and we'll collect $25,000 to $30,000 from our buyer. Is it still a good deal? Well, if they only owe $250,000 on the house, maybe it's still a good deal because there's the equity part of it. If they owe the full amount that the house is worth, is it still a good deal to leave that $10,000 or $15,000 in it? Well, I don't know. That would really just depend on the house and the situation. So what is a good total acquisition cost? Well, that depends on you. Depends on how much money you want to leave buried in the property. If you're focused on a cash-on-cash return, even in the last scenario where we would have to leave $15,000 in the property, if the cash flow was $500 a month at the end of the first year, we would have $6,000 toward that 16. So what we would have like a 40% cash-on-cash return. So if you're focused on cash-on-cash returns, that's still a really good deal. But we prefer to pick these up, no money out of pocket on the front end, cash flow, and back end. So that's what we look for. But we've been doing this for a really long time too. So we're a little bit more picky on what we like. Hey guys, thanks for watching. While you're here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out these other great videos and podcast episodes.